Hey there, it's Mark Weiss. In May 2024, an orthopedic surgeon based in Massachusetts, Dr. Tony Tenuri, settled civil allegations brought by the U.S. Department of Justice. He settled for $200,000. The civil allegations were that he had solicited free orthopedic surgery supplies, cages, screws, etc., from Dupuy, the orthopedic supply house, which he then used in surgeries that he performed overseas, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, other places, in return for which he ordered, so they alleged, Dupuy supplies in connection with his procedures performed in Massachusetts. Now note, this is a civil settlement. The $200,000 was paid or agreed to be paid. It doesn't mean that he was found guilty. He wasn't found by any court of anything, right? And to date, the charges were civil in nature only. However, in connection with that settlement, he agrees not to raise any defenses of double jeopardy were he to be charged with criminal violations from the same facts. He did admit to the underlying facts as opposed to liability for them. In January of 2023, Dupuy itself paid approximately $9.7 million to settle its own allegations brought against it for its involvement in the same set of facts with Dr. Tenuri. Now, most of you probably are not engaged in a medical practice that involves you performing surgeries or cases, seeing patients on two different continents, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles apart. But that goes to show you that, as Dr. Tenuri, I suppose, would attest, that what goes on in another continent, can relate back to alleged violations of U.S. federal law, in this case, the Federal Anti-Kickback Statute and the Federal False Claims Act. Additionally, the same sort of allegations could result to a lot of other sorts of free stuff. It's surprisingly common for there to be very suspicious arrangements in which physicians receive rebates for ordering all sorts of items that are paid for not by the physician's practice, a rebate to the practice, but rebates in respect of supplies that are ordered by facilities, surgery centers, for example. Those are sorts of things that, if not on their face violate the anti-kickback statute, certainly implicate the federal anti-kickback statute and must be looked at on a case-by-case basis. Highly dangerous. The bottom line for anyone is that free stuff, free money, free time, as in your time is no longer free because you're in jail, often isn't, free at all in terms of the federal anti-kickback statute. Be extremely careful. Check things not once, twice, but at least 3 times before you embark in any sort of a scheme, even if the quid pro quo is divided between continents.